Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, hi, hello. My name is Maya and I am your host of Motivation and Muscles with Maya Ting. I just had a cup of coffee and earlier I had a cup of my poopy tea. And the poopy tea gives me lots of energy, so I'm on one. I am. I've already cleaned up. And I was just like, wait a minute. I didn't even include my friends, the Fit Fam. But anyway, I see we have some new subscribers. Welcome to the Fit Fam. Welcome to Positive Road. I am your hope dealer. I am here to entertain you and to uplift you. And I hope that you find some value out of my content. So, it's Friday, y'all. I'm so ready. Me and my husband are gonna go out tonight. We normally go out Fridays and Saturdays. And he be wanting to come home early. I be wanting to hang out. And he be like, Maya, I'm tired. So we're thinking about this, either this Mexican flair place or this, it's like this African spot that he found. He found them off TikTok, so I'll let you know later which one that we decide to go to. But anyway, we were doing our devotion this morning, and it was basically about just being prepared for hard times. Financial, physical, family issues, just being prepared. And my whole thing is you can never really be prepared until the moment happens. But when I think about being prepared for tough times, as they will always come, what I think of is staying prayed up, staying in the Word. Because see, when you're in the Word and you're keeping Jesus in the forefront of your mind, when crap happens and the world just be whirled, right? You won't be so easily moved. And then your response to those things are different. I want to respond like I know Jesus. I don't want to be wilding out. I don't want to be acting crazy. It's not to say that I won't be hurt. It's not to say that I won't be shooketh. But I don't want to move like the average person. I'm really starting to understand what the word sanctification means. Sanctification means that God has set you apart. You are different. He has picked you up out of your sin and put you in a place called righteousness, right? You have been forgiven. So we should move differently. We should flow differently. We should act and react to adversity differently. Because let me tell you, it's so much I want to tell you, but I can't because it's not my story. But I recently went through something with somebody. And the old Maya, see, the old Maya was very reckless. The old Maya was foolish. Did I tell you about the time when my kids was younger, and oh boy, I hate to even think about it, but hold on, you guys, hold on. Where is my, here it is, goodness gracious, okay, sorry about that. I'm about to take my ginger and, let me do this right. My ginger and my turmeric shot. I add a little bit of lemon. But anyway, when my kids was younger, my oldest one was in school, but the baby, Bird, she was still going to daycare. So the daycare lady was like, listen, I can just take your oldest daughter to school as well. When I pick up Bird, I'll pick up your oldest one too, take the oldest one to school, and then we'll go on to the daycare. I'm like, well, how much extra is that gonna be? And she's like, don't worry about it. And I'm like, okay, cool. Now, context. the daycare that my youngest daughter used to go to was Christian based, right? So for her to do this out of the goodness of her heart was nice. So I accepted it. So let me back up. I said yes, and then it had to stop. She had to stop taking her. For some reason, I cannot remember. But some years later, my oldest one is still in elementary school. But I kept getting these phone calls saying, you know, your daughter has been tardy for her first period class or the first class. And I'm like, why? You know, because the school was so close to where we live that she can actually just walk there. Not a big deal. Or take the bus. But if you're taking the bus or you're walking there, how are you getting to school late? She might have been in 5th grade, something like that. This is the turmeric. This stuff is nasty, but it's good. So I'm just like, what's going on? Then I found out that old girl from my youngest daughter's daycare was back to taking her to school. Now, I don't know how that happened. I don't know if my oldest daughter was like, hey, do you mind taking me? I don't know how that happened, but either way, it was unbeknownst to me. Here is a ginger juice. I just do equal parts ginger and turmeric. And it had been happening 4, 5, 6 times. Why is she being late going to school? Lemon juice. And nasty. Wow. So I go to my oldest daughter's school. I'm trying to figure this thing out. Like, I don't know why she's late. X, Y, and Z. Then come to find out, Miss McAllister was taking her to school. So I'm just like, but we stopped that like over a year ago. Why is she coming back and taking my daughter to school? Not to mention, if you're gonna do somebody a favor and take somebody's kid to school, don't drop them off late. So come to find out, what was happening is Miss McAllister was picking up Jyla, the baby, to take her to daycare, but she went back to taking my oldest one to school. But she also had a route. So she couldn't be late picking up the other kids, but then you were late dropping my oldest daughter off at school. So one day, I decided not to go into work. My mom was alive then. And I just wanted to see what was going on. So here come Miss McAllister in her gray van, picking up the baby. I said, hey, Miss McAllister, can I talk to you for a moment? She was like, yeah. I said, you back to picking up my oldest one? She was like, oh yeah, I take her. I said, I thought we stopped that. She was like, well, I was just doing you a favor. And I was just like, huh? I'm doing you. And she was popping off at the lip, but she was still in her van. So nasty, but so good for you. Anyway. So I'm like, whoa, but these my kids. These my kids, number one. And number two, yes, in the beginning, we had a relationship where you would take my oldest one to school, but then we stopped that. So who told you that you can start picking her up again? Who told you that? Nobody. I was doing you a favor. Don't, because what was happening is now you're dropping her off late. Well, she's still popping off at the mouth, but she's still sitting inside of her van. So you know what I told her? Roll it down. Roll it down. So she rolled it down, and your mama is she called my mother out her name. And I said, what? So now she's trying to drive off. So I hop on to the side of the van. Because I'm trying to, because she had opened the window about this much. So I'm trying to. And she's driving. And I'm trying to now get inside to unlock the door. I mean, like some MacGyver stuff. Foolish me. And, It was just a whole mess. I was trying to fight the girl. My oldest daughter is hanging out her window, or she had opened up her window screaming, "Mama, you're gonna go to jail." So Mayya, in your mind, you had every right to do this, but in front of your kid, that ain't right. And number two, Miss McAllister is all about this. She ain't got out of the van. I'm saying all of this to say, Mayya used to be a whole mess. That Mayya is dead. I keep all of my smack talking when I'm watching a good movie or playing a video game. I'm not, because people are nuts. And you know what? I'm not here for it. I love my life. And now that I know Jesus a little bit more, my mouth and my approach to things is different. I had a whole bunch of story times because Mayya's mouth, me. And knowing that I can go there, I just don't even put myself in certain situations anymore. I just don't. I just be like this. I don't have time. It's not worth it for me. I love my life, and I want to act like I know Jesus. I don't want people to say, "Oh, she in jail. She know God." That's how Christians be acting. I don't want to do that. I don't want to act like that. I want people to say, "She said what to you, and he did what to you, and how did you respond?" That's how Christians act? Okay. Because see, I've grieved the Holy Spirit for so long. I don't want God to be embarrassed. I don't want God to be like this. Nah, I don't know that one. I don't want that. Like how you tell your kids, you can go to Sally's house, but don't go to Sally's house acting like you ain't been raised. Act like you have some sense. Don't embarrass me over there. Same thing. Yeah. Absolutely not. So, let's quiet our minds. Inhale and exhale. Let's just get ready for the day. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. Yeah. This tea, I have lots of it. I have more energy drinking this tea than drinking my Colombian coffee. So I'm on one. So I've already cleaned up earlier because I was on one. I've already swept, I've already mopped. I don't know if you can see some of the streaks in the tile. But I can wipe up again. Anyway, I need to go ahead and fill up my diffusers. I got things to do. Let's clear our mind. Let's just enjoy the peace. Because if your day is going to be anything like mine, it's going to be on and popping soon. So while we have this moment, let's get some clarity. Okay, let's get recentered. Let's remember who Christ is and what he did for us, and that we could never repay him. But what we can do is act like we have some sense, right? Let's act like we know a God named Jesus, that he has came into our heart, mind, and our soul and is changing things. We are sanctified. You are different than these fools out here in the street. You are. And my guess is this. When you said yes to Jesus, Jesus said yes to you. So when you walk outside, people are going to look at you different because now you're light. You're no longer in darkness. People are going to want to hang around you. They're going to want to figure out what is it about you. And you share with them how far you've come. You share with them that Jesus loved you enough to pick you up out of the muck and put you on the right side of righteousness. I'm no different than you. I'm nobody special. I'm a child of God, just like you. Let's clear our minds. So we got 5 minutes. Let's go. That's 5 minutes. So I have about 11 minutes before I officially start working. So I'm gonna go ahead and light up my diffusers and get this place smelling less like bleach. And speaking of bleach, I need to refill this back up. Move you there. So yeah, let's just be cognizant and mindful of our behavior. Let's act like we have some sense. And I'm really speaking of me. Because the way the world is going right now, it is so crazy. All these divorces, Jeannie and Jeezy and Remy Ma and Papoose, and you guys may not even know who those people are, or maybe you do. It's sad. Yes, I do dabble in a little celebrity gossip. It's just sad. Everybody is being attacked, it seems like. Everybody. And knowing that is another reason why we need to stay prayed up and connected to the Father. We do, because it's so wicked out here. It is. It's like, as humans, we know what's wrong, but we call it good. And what's good, we call it bad. We need to really get it together. And that's another reason why I am on this internet trying to do something different and good. So, you know, I may not have 1,000 views a day or 3,000 views a day, but the few of y'all who watch my videos, I appreciate you guys. And I am never going to be on this internet acting like a whole fool. And because we are a family, if I ever do, if you see me out in the street, if you reside here in Atlanta and you see me acting like a fool, I'm not above being checked. Check your girl. Don't have me going out like Willie Lump Lump. That's something my husband says, and I still don't know who Willie Lump Lump is. Is that on a movie? Is that in the movie? Is he a character? Yeah. I can be checked. You know, and I need to be checked because I'm not always right. But anyway, let me go refill this paper towel thingy and put my shoes away, light up these candles, and get ready for work. So I will talk to you guys later with the ab challenge that we have going on. Rep count is still 25. And yeah, it is the 22nd, so we have 8 more weeks of it. I'm sorry, 1 more week of all of this. And then we'll move on to another challenge. So I will talk to you guys later. I love you so, so much, and there's just nothing you can do about that. So I will see you later for the ab challenge, or if I receive a Shein or Temu haul package, I will let you guys know. So I'll talk to you guys later.